Good morning. Welcome to today's daily word of encouragement. Last week, if you didn't watch it, you can go back after this and you get some context. But I talked about deeply rooted, and I used my tree as an example. When the shaking comes, it strengthens our roots. I'm reminded today of Hebrews 12:27 that says, that which cannot be shaken will be shaken. Everything that has been created will be shaken. God's kingdom, though, cannot be shaken. And so I want to read to you today out of Haggai chapter 2, because there's purpose to the shaking. Remember, last week I said the shaking comes to strengthen our root system, that which is rooted on Christ. The shaking makes us stronger. So here we find in Haggai, we're finding that the temple has been destroyed and they're in a rebuilding process, much like mine in your own life. The shaking over the last 2 years has destroyed finances, it's destroyed relationships, our social circles. Churches across the globe have been shaken and are now in a rebuilding stage, just like Faith Fellowship. And so here he's asking in verse 3 of Haggai chapter 2, who of you is left who saw this house in its former glory? You can substitute that with your house, with your family member's house, or even with God's house, the church. Who of you is left who has seen this house in its former glory? How does it look to you now? It's okay. Take inventory. You're not being judgmental. It's okay. He's asking, how does it look to you now? And do you remember how it used to look before? Does it not seem to you like nothing? God is validating that we look around and we're like, wow, this doesn't look anything, nothing like it used to look. He's validating. He's saying, but now be strong. The shaking, it's now, he's telling us that shaking that took place, the purpose of it was to strengthen your root system. So now be strong because it made you strong. We're going to jump ahead to verse 5. This is what I covenanted with you when you came out of Egypt, and my spirit remains among you. Jesus in the shaking did not abandon us. When we left Egypt, we traveled in the wilderness. It was a dry place. We didn't necessarily see God. We didn't always hear from God, but he has remained amongst us. God is still with us. And so he's saying at the end of verse 5, do not fear. Be strong. Do not fear. Reminds me of the words that he told Joshua. Verse 6, he says, this is what the Lord Almighty says. In a little while, I will once more shake the heavens and the earth, the sea and the dry land. The shaking's not over yet. I will shake all nations, and the desired of all nations will come. Meaning everything that is desired of the nations, what they long for, it's going to come. And I will fill this house with glory, says the Lord Almighty. The silver is mine and the gold is mine, declares the Lord. Meaning he has all the resources. He owns all resources. He'll give provision for the vision. Verse 9, this is the promise. The glory of this present house will be greater than the glory of the former house. That which has been shaken away. What remains today? He's saying this present condition that we're in, he's saying my glory will fill it and it will be better than the days of old. The days that we long for, the days that we want to go back to. We're in Egypt, when we want to pretend that the days before were the good old days, but the good old days were filled with stress and anxiety too. Let's not forget. But he's saying the glory of this present house, that which has remained and not been shaken away, will be filled with my glory, and it will be better than the past. Brothers and sisters, the best is still yet to come. He's saying once more there will be a shaking. This shaking will be an announcement that him filling our houses with glory is coming. So be encouraged today. Be strengthened by the shaking. Do not fear, because the Lord is with us and he has remained with us. Do not fear. The shaking will come, but it will bring his glory with it. Be blessed today.